All right. So one of the things that astrophysicists and all certainly all atheist astrophysicists do wrong is when they look at something in a telescope, instead of changing the model to fit what's in the telescope, they attempt to run the Big Bang model forward or backwards by X number of billions of years to see what happens in a computer model. That's not how physics is supposed to work. You're supposed to change the model to agree with what you're seeing, not the other way around. You're not supposed to reinterpret reality by what your old model said. You're supposed to change the model every single time to agree with what you observe, not the other way around. It's that simple. You cannot discover new things by just running a computer model forward or backwards indefinitely, at least not real things, because your model in the computer is always slightly wrong. You will never have 100% knowledge of the universe and the cosmos and everything else that exists, if there is anything else. Allow me to explain that too, because Carl Sagan once said, whether correctly or incorrectly, I don't know, but he once said that the cosmos is everything that is and was and will be. So his definition of cosmos is everything. Whether or not you believe in God and whether or not there are other universes, the cosmos, according to Carl Sagan, is everything. So there can only be one cosmos because there can't be more than one everything. All right? So right away that does away with multiverse theory in the beginning, because you don't need multiple universes. There's only a need for one universe. You can't even explain the one universe you know exists. So how are you going to explain supposedly invisible universes that you can't prove whether or not they exist? That's nonsense. But then you want to try to say that a believer in God is wrong for believing in one invisible God, and yet string theorists believe in 10 to the 500 power invisible universes. Who's the fool? All right. So it is never correct to reinterpret reality through the model. You must always reinvent the model through reality, not reinterpret reality through the model. You people don't even get something as basic as that. You're taught a model and you're taught the concept of model correctly, believe it or not, in elementary school. But then by the time you get to science to science in high school, you're told to believe it just because somebody else proved it. And that's not physics either. That's not real science either. Because you can never have a 100% accurate model. You would have to be all knowing and actually be God to know everything to make a 100% accurate model. So modeling, they can't even model a hurricane in a computer because they think they know all the laws of physics. But if they do, they can't model the hurricane correctly anyway, which might imply that there's someone or something else involved in hurricanes. But within 3 to 5 days, hurricane models start to go terribly wrong, and beyond 5 days, they're completely useless. But really, they're wrong within a few hours. Like Hurricane Melissa did nothing but intensify, 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 and everyone, myself included, thought it was not going to intensify, and it kept right on intensifying. It was originally thought that it was going to go out to sea and be completely harmless. But the model didn't get Melissa right until 6 hours before it hit the final intensity. And I don't even think it was right then. And the models also did not get Hurricane Otis right at all. They were completely opposite of what the truth was with Hurricane Otis. It was almost like you weren't even trying to model the reality. The model of reality was so wrong on Otis that the National Hurricane Center made the biggest mistake in their entire forecasting history on both track and intensity. So don't tell me that the model is right when it gets something as obvious as a freaking hurricane so wrong, as big and powerful as a hurricane, completely opposite of the correct solution. So clearly the computer model is wrong, and it's possible that the model of physics is wrong because it can't work. And that's just one example when it happens on Earth, much less on the backside of the universe at the beginning of time that nobody was there to observe. You see the point? Computer models and even the model of physics itself cannot be correct. They will never be correct. Physics will never be correct. It is a model of reality, it is not reality.